What's up, guys? This is Styling Gamer, and today I'm coming to you with Street Fighter 5. Now, that what we all know is that at E3 there was mention of a new Street Fighter game that was going to be in development, and they were definitely talking about Street Fighter 5. Now, there was a little controversy over what was said about it, which almost destroyed the game before it can even come out. But that's another topic, and I'll talk to you about that another time. But for the meantime, let's help Capcom make a Street Fighter that we will all like. Alright, one thing we do know is that over the years, Capcom has been known for milking Street Fighter series. It's like we will get Street Fighter. It all started with Street Fighter 2. We have Street Fighter 2, then we have Street Fighter 2 Turbo, then we have Super Street Fighter, then we got Hyper Super Street Fighter 2. It goes on and on, It goes on, and they just really milked that series to death, and they did the same thing with Third Strike. They came out with 3 different Third Strikes. They did it to Super Street Fighter 4, and it's like they don't progress in the genre either. I've stated this in other videos also, that Capcom fails to move forward in their storyline. It's like they scared to move forward. Like, don't be afraid to move forward, because technically right now Ryu is 50 years old. All right, he is 50 years old in the Street Fighter series. Yeah, and it'd be cool for them to move forward. I mean, like, there's old guys in the Street Fighter series. It's obvious that Akuma's old, Gin is old. No telling how the heck old is in Bison, because I mean, from the sounds of it, this man could be like 200 years old. And as far as his history dates back, as far as what we know of, and it's not that the character is gonna get weak or he's gonna look different or anything. I'm not sure what it is that Capcom is afraid of that prevents them from moving forward. But Street Fighter 4 did not go forward. It actually went backwards. It was Street Fighter 2.5. And one thing that the fans would like to see is Street Fighter move forward. Let's move forward. Let's see what happens next. The only future game that we got was Street Fighter 3. And that was the best. That was probably the best Street Fighter we've ever played. I mean, it seemed so serious. It was so realistic. It wasn't really silly. It was just like, let's fight. We going straight through to this story. It was obvious that Shadow was taken down. We had the Illuminati's organization, Gil. It was really crazy. That game was nice. It was nice. It was a whole nother direction for the Street Fighter series. Now, there's so much to be said. I can't put it all in one video, but I'm gonna have to break this down to multiple videos. So let's start off with characters. Alright, so we all know that the Street Fighter character designs for Street Fighter 4, not everybody was a fan of. The graphics looked good. They were polished well. They was robust. But some of them just look silly. But this is not the first time that Street Fighter's put silly looking characters. But I guess like Street Fighter 4 just crossed the line for some people as well as myself. Rufus being one of them. I wasn't a fan of Rufus. I wasn't a fan of I'm so much not a fan of this guy that I had a mental block just now. I can't even remember his name. Hakan. I'm not a fan of Hakan. And listen, don't crucify me. I'm a bigger Street Fighter fan probably than most of you. I've been there from the beginning. So and I will say that boldly. But Hakan, when I seen his first character concept art, he looked so cool. He looked so serious. And then when Capcom came up with the second concept art and went with it, I was like, what were they thinking? Like, this is corny. This is like, where was your minds at? Like, Street Fighter could have been on a whole nother serious path. I believe that. I don't know if they was trying to attract kids or attract another fan base, or you have the hugest fan base in fighting game history. You don't have to attract nobody. All you gotta do is put Street Fighter on something. We're buying it, And I'm guilty for that. I mean, you put Street Fighter on anything, I mean, I'm buying it. I'm for real. So it's like, one thing we need to work on is characters. You know, like we need serious characters. We don't want no Looney Tune bug-eyed characters, overweight guys. Like it's not. Well, let's put it like there's nothing wrong with an overweight guy, but make him serious. Like, come on, let's get something a little serious. Like, we have E Honda. He was serious, but after a while they gave him a little, a silly side, and I believe that could relate to a Japanese. Like, there was a Japanese comic in Japan, and I believe that E Honda sort of relates to him and Yokozuna at the same time. So, and another video also. I'm definitely going to do a video that I've been planning on doing, is breaking down the history of each Street Fighter character and how they developed over the years. So look out for that one too. Also, the game modes, the fighting modes in Street Fighter, what we would like to see in Street Fighter 5 is like, we've been screaming for a custom edit mode for the characters for a long time, and Street Fighter gave us a little bit of that in certain Street Fighter series, like Street Fighter EX and Street Fighter Cross Tekken, Street Fighter Alpha 3. We got some type of like some perks for our fighters that will make our fighters strong, which I thought that was very cool also. But I think Street Fighter EX sort of headed in the direction we wanted to. The only thing about it, we couldn't customize the character. You use Ace. He was one of the fighters. He was like a cyborg fighter, whatever, and he could do anybody's move. Whatever move you wanted. They had it down from the throws to the basic punches and kicks. So I thought that was cool. Even the special moves. But Street Fighter Cross Tekken, they was heading in the right direction of the appearance. So far as doing the color scheme of the appearance, you couldn't change the hair color or nothing. The only thing you could do is change the costume that belonged to that character, and you could edit that too. But hey, it's something. And but Capcom, if they do make another Street Fighter series, and I say if for a reason, if they do for a reason, because Capcom is having trouble right now, and right now they're looking for developers to work on the next Street Fighter series. Please put a custom edit mode in there for the characters. Like, put an edit mode for the characters in there. That would be great. I'm telling you, like, everybody would love that mode. Like, to play with themselves in Street Fighter is a dream for many fans. I mean, just do it. Just put it in there. It's not going to upset the balance of the game. Just do it. Just do it. Now, as far as story mode, the arcade mode has gotten bland over the years. Now, the only uppity side that I have seen in the arcade mode was Street Fighter Cross Tekken. It had a little scenario to it, but the scenario got a little repetitive as the scenario went on with each character. So what Capcom can do is for each character make an individual story with cinema. Even make choices, give it choices, like scenario changing choices, like live gameplay. Like, if I do this, or if I beat this person, or if I accept this fight right here, this might alternate my story right here, or what I'm saying, or this could carry on into the next Street Fighter series, something like Mass Effect. I'm not telling you to make it, like completely like Mass Effect, but just do something like that. Like, if I avoid this fight, this might change my scenario here, or I might make friends here, or create an enemy over here, or y'all can put that towards the custom character mode. Like, if y'all make a custom character mode, y'all could put like a scenario, like some type of scenario feature where we could choose our paths for the custom character mode. Like, that would be great right there. Look, I just threw something together for you right now. Like, that's cool right there. So that's cool right there. But Street Fighter itself, we still play the arcade mode, and we will always play the arcade mode. The story mode, just move forward in the story. So like, you know, don't give everybody like Street Fighter 4 kind of everybody stayed sort of on the same path towards the story of going after Seth, and you know that just got kind of boring. You know, I just beat it just to find out whose story was who. After a while, I didn't even care because I knew how the story went. I didn't even play with everybody, but I knew how the story was gonna go anyway. So I could have cared less. You know, of what Capcom put in Street Fighter 4 as their story mode. And if I said anything other than the Street Fighter 4 that was pertaining to what I just said before I said it, forgive me, cause you know I'm in a deep thought right now. But you know, the next thing, you know, I'm gonna talk about also is moves. Now in this Street Fighter series, we can choose, like we choose our ultras. But you know, in the past Street Fighter series, all the moves is in one, including the ultra, depending on the bar you pick. You know, the energy bar, your meter gauge. Depending on your meter gauge you pick, you know, was how your move will come out or what you can do. You know, as an ability. You know, I would like to see Capcom put the meter gauge system back into Street Fighter. You know, like Street Fighter Alpha 3, for example. You know, they had the A-ism, the X-ism. You know, they had those, the ultra gauge. They had all that. You know, it's just, and there was a difference in each one. And sometimes even your moves were different. You know, some of your moves like super, like when you had the extreme, the ultra gauge, that one red bar. You know, you did a super combo, your move even looked different. Like it seemed powerful. Not that it just seemed powerful or looked powerful. It was powerful. So, but the thing is, it used up the whole bar. So that was one thing. But the reason why I say put that back in too, and just like give the characters all their moves, you know, back onto, like you don't have to pick their moves, because it was fun doing the cancellations. Like I might hit you with a Shinku Hadouken and follow up with a Shoryuken, you know. And some people are like, well, how can that work? You know, like, you know, you just, I'm just giving you an example, but it's, if anybody played Street Fighter Alpha 3, they know what I'm talking about when you did the super cancellations. That was fun. Like, you know, I could use Chun-Li and do like a horizon kick, and as they falling back down to the ground, I'm already on the ground doing you know, my fireball special. It's crazy. And you just catch them in those, you just juggle them in special. Some people don't like juggles, but it's a fighting game. You're going to get juggled. And it's not like you can't get out of juggles. You can get out of juggles. You know, you could break the juggle, you could break the card, you know. So far as moves, they could put those gauges back in. Some people may disagree with me, you know, some people may not. And you know, at the same time, you could also unlock specials. You know, make moves that you can unlock in the game, like you could purchase for experience points or something. Like make more moves. You know, like, because Ryu had the same boring fireball throughout the series. It's like that's all y'all give him, and the fireball don't even have cinematic to it. Like if I do an ultra fireball, ultra Shinku Hadouken with Ryu, there's no cinematic to it. It's boring. The only cinematic he gets is when he charges it up, and that's boring. That's boring. Like give him a combo, give him a physical combo. You know, like the Shoryuken is that 2-piece or 3-piece or whatever y'all gave him, that's corny too. It may take a lot of energy, but it's corny. And that one has a little cinematic. It has a little more cinematic than the freaking Shinku Hadouken, but that's corny. Ryu's had that throughout the series, man. I'm absolutely positive Ken is not the only one who could do combos. Yo, hook Ryu up. Give him his Hurricane kick back. Give him his Tatsumaki Shimpu kick, the Shinku version. Give that back to him, because we was rocking people in the Alpha 3 series with that. Give that back to him. I remember when he used to do that and suck you up off the ground with that. That was the real Hurricane kick right there. He was the master of the Hurricane kick. He was known for the Hurricane kick. Now the Hurricane kick totally disappeared. Like, put that back in the game, you know. Put that back in the game. So when y'all make this Street Fighter 5 series, this is only a fraction of what I want you to do for the Street Fighter 5 series, and maybe most people want you to do. You know, everybody's not going to agree with me. Not everybody's going to agree with my video, but this is what I would like to see in the Street Fighter 5 series, and I'm definitely gonna make more videos because this is only a little bit of what I have to say. You know, this is only a little bit, so you know we're gonna check it out. We're gonna check it out, and now I'm a bounce back to the characters before I'm not even finished. We bounce back to the characters. Now, I don't know y'all remember Street Fighter EX. Now, Akira. Akira. Excuse me. I'm saying the wrong. I have the wrong thing on my mind right now. I have the wrong thing on my mind. Excuse me. Alan Snyder. You know, he was one of Ken's rivals in the Street Fighter EX series, and Blair Dane was one of the fighters also in the Street Fighter EX series. She wasn't Ken's rival though, but she was one of the Hispanic fighters in the game, and her and Alan Snyder was traded off to Namco for some reason, and that wasn't done by Capcom. That was actually done by Arika, because Arika has the rights to them. And I'm like, yo, why don't Capcom try to get those characters back? That's even if Namco still has them. I don't know what the process is of them getting it back, but if it's not that much of a struggle, why don't you try to bring those characters back? Get the rights to them, to the Street Fighter 5 series. Try to get the rights to some of the Street Fighter EX characters, or maybe all of them, because those were probably one of the best and memorable fighters in the Street Fighter series from that point up until now. You know, I'm not saying that anything from Street Fighter 3 on down was memorable. That's what made the series happen. But I'm talking about anything from Street Fighter EX 3 and up, from the Street Fighter EX series period and up. Those characters were memorable. Like Rufus is not somebody I can remember. You know, Hakan is not somebody I can remember. You know, those are fighters that I can't remember. They're not stuck on my mind. You know, like they fade. Like when I play the game, when I look down at the bottom and I see them, I'm like, they're nothing to me. They're just there. I don't never pick them. I never play with them. You know, they're corny. And you know, if you get those characters back and just just move forward in the past. Move forward into the future, and just stay in the future. Keep going forward with the Street Fighter series. Just don't milk the series. You know, when you make Street Fighter 5, that's cool. And then when you come out with another Street Fighter, it's gonna be Street Fighter 6. It's not gonna be Super Street Fighter 5. It's not gonna be Super Street Fighter 5 Turbo. You know, it's gonna be Street Fighter 6 with more characters, you know, new characters, you know, all types of stuff. But if you do make an expansion like Super Street Fighter 5, or you know what I'm saying, Ultra Super Street Fighter 5 or whatever, make that DLC. And don't make it expensive either. Make that like $5 DLC, because you're getting like one character and some updates in the fighting mode. That's nothing. That's not a purchase for CD. I'm wasting money putting the game out there. And the sad thing is that we do purchase it. We do purchase it. Like, you know. But if you want to do things right, you know, just make it DLC. Make it DLC. Y'all guys said y'all wanted to make things DLC before. If y'all do anything with DLC, just make like your Super Street Fighter, your milked series, like Super Street Fighter 5, Ultra Super Street Fighter 5, whatever you want to call it. Make that DLC. And make it cheap. We will buy it. We will buy it. But if you move forward into the series, like going to Street Fighter 6, I know I'm repeating myself, but I feel the need to repeat myself. Then you put that out there on CD. You know what I'm saying? You put that out on the market as brand new. This is brand new, $59.99. You're gonna buy this for this price for a new crap. But you know, I'm gonna slow this video down. I'm gonna cut it off right here, you know, because this is only a fraction. This is only a fraction of what I want to say. So I'm cutting it off right here. I'm making more videos soon, and I'll holler at you later. This is Styling Gamer, and I'm out. Peace.